I created a quiz on the Touhou Project Lore to find out how much ChatGPT actually knows about the series. I made 20 questions with 5 at each difficulty level: easy, normal, hard, and lunatic. In order to maximize accuracy, all questions have these following rules. All questions have a correct answer. I won't be including anything that involves speculation. All questions will only pertain to the Touhou Project canon. Nothing involving meta-knowledge or fan works. Lastly, all questions are worded such to make what is being asked as unambiguous as possible for the AI. We are testing the AI's knowledge, not its query parsing or its interpretation functionality. I'll be going over the correct answers for each question, so feel free to take the quiz alongside me and see how well you do. Do you think you'll know more than the average Touhou fan? My knowledge is limited to what has been written or recorded and may not have the same depth of understanding or appreciation as a dedicated Touhou Project fan. Okay, well, this is pretty much the stock answer. I was hoping for something a little more spicy, but okay. I can't say for certain that I would know more than the average fan who has devoted time to studying the Touhou Project's lore. Well, luckily for you, I don't think most fans do that. Okay, we're going to be starting with an easy one. Where does the Touhou Project take place? Okay, so unsurprisingly, it got this one right pretty easily. The answer is Gensokyo. Yeah, so Gensokyo roughly translates to the land of illusions or fantasy, and I'd honestly be disappointed if it managed to get this one wrong. It even says it's a hidden land separated from the outside world. Gensokyo is a place where humans and yokai, parentheses supernatural creatures from Japanese folklore, coexist. I like that it added that. That's pretty nice. Okay, we have another easy one. Who is the mastermind behind the Scarlet Mist incident? Okay, good. This was unsurprising. It managed to get this one right pretty easily. Wow, it even added a bunch of extra details to this. I'm really surprised. So the mastermind behind the Scarlet Mist incident in the Touhou Project is Remelia Scarlet, the vampire who rules over the Scarlet Devil Mansion. Remelia creates a thick mist that covers Gensokyo, causing chaos and disrupting the balance between humans and yokai. Wow, they gave you a whole summary of the game. What separates Gensokyo from the outside world? So in the Touhou Project lore, Gensokyo is separated from the outside world by a magical barrier. The barrier is designed to keep Gensokyo isolated from the rest of the world, preventing the advance of technology and modernization from affecting the balance between humans and yokai that is unique to Gensokyo. The barrier is maintained by a powerful yokai named Yukari Yakumo and other individuals with significant magical ability who ensure that the boundary remains intact and that no one can enter or exit Gensokyo without permission. Wow. I'm really impressed by that. That's really good. So just for what I had, I would have accepted a border of common sense, the Hakure barrier, or just a barrier in general. Okay, question number 4. What is Izayui Sakuya's special ability? Sakuya's ability is to stop time. The ability is called Time Manipulation or Time Stop. It is one of the most iconic abilities associated with her character. Sakuya's time manipulation ability is also reflected in her gameplay mechanics in the Touhou Project games, where she is often depicted as a character with a unique playstyle and strategic advantages. Okay, cool. Yep, so it got that one right. I would also add that this is just one of the more interesting abilities simply by the fact that we know more about what it does because we have so many examples of it being used. What is Chirno? Okay. I wasn't expecting it to get this one wrong, and naturally, as we've seen, it is going above and beyond with this answer. That said, I would hope that fans wouldn't get this one wrong either. So it says, in the Touhou Project, Chirno is a fairy who is known as an ice fairy due to her ability to control and manipulate ice. She first appeared in Stage 2 of Touhou 6 and has since become a popular character of the series. She's generally portrayed as having a childlike personality and being somewhat overconfident in her abilities, which leads her to defeat. Despite this, she is depicted as having a kind heart and a desire to improve herself, which has endeared her to many fans of the series. I don't know about that last one. I'm pretty sure she's an asshole. But okay, either way. It got that last question with flying colors, so it has gotten 5 out of 5 questions so far, which I think is already better than the average fan, but we are going to be moving up to normal difficulty. Where in Gensokyo does Kirisame Marisa live? Okay, well, I can't say I'm surprised at this point. Kirisame Marissa lives in a house located in the Forest of Magic. So that was the answer I was looking for specifically, the Forest of Magic. The Forest of Magic is a dense forest in Gensokyo that is known for being a hotbed of magical activity and is home to many witches, including Marissa herself. Marissa's house is depicted as being full of magical artifacts, and she is often seen experimenting with and collecting magical items. Her close proximity to the Forest of Magic also puts her in frequent contact with other notable characters from the Touhou Project series, such as Alice Margatroyd and Patrolly Knowledge. So it's interesting that it added that, because of course Alice also lives in the Forest of Magic, but we also know that the Scarlet Devil Mansion is actually adjacent to the Forest of Magic. So I don't know if it managed to put that together or not, but that's interesting that it said that. What did Fujiwara no Moko drink to become immortal? Okay, yeah, so she drank the Horai Elixir, which grants eternal life to whoever drinks it. According to Moko's backstory, she was once a human princess who had a chance encounter with a group of immortals who offered her the elixir. Moko was the only one to drink the elixir, which turned her into an immortal being, while the other immortals disappeared. That's not quite right at all. What actually happens is Moko steals the elixir that had been left to the Emperor of Japan while it was on its way to Mount Horai to be destroyed. This is all shown in Cage and the Lunatic Runegate. I'm going to consider that a correct answer, just because it answered the question that I was asking it. Either way, I'm still happy with this answer, even if it did manage to get a lot of the details regarding it wrong. I think this is sufficient. What happened when Komeiji Koishi closed her third eye? Okay. So, it looks like it's getting it. It's basically explaining her entire backstory. Okay, yeah, no, it got the answer. Wow. I'm really impressed by this. This one's a little harder to get because there's a couple of answers to this. One is obviously the fact that she loses her ability to read minds. When she does this, she also becomes completely invisible and intangible to others, effectively erasing herself from everyone's perception and memory. Koishi's decision to close her third eye also has a profound implication for her character, as it causes her to become emotionally distant and detached from others, and she is often depicted as being lonely and isolated as a result. I don't know about that. I don't think so. No, I think she's often depicted as a mindless fucking menace. That's really what she is. I'm gonna give it a follow-up question to this. Can Koishi still read minds after she closes her third eye? Okay. I just wanted to check to make sure it understood that bit, because it did give me a really good answer, but I did want to verify that it did know that. The two answers I was looking for this were that she would lose the ability to read other people's minds, but also that she would lose her consciousness as a result. Who was the fourth Prism River sister? Wow, that's great. Okay, maybe not so much. Okay. So it named the first three sisters, a group of three ghost sisters who are also skilled magicians. They're technically not ghosts, they're poltergeists, but okay. Their names are Lunausa, Merlin, and Lyrica, and they first appear as stage 4 bosses in Touhou 7. Yup. While they are the primary members of the Prism River family, there's also a fourth sister named Layla, mentioned in some Touhou Project materials, but they have never actually appeared in official games or literature. So that's correct. Oh, wow. Layla is said to have been the youngest Prism River sister, and she was known for playing the trumpet. So it got the youngest part right. I'm surprised about that. I don't think it's mentioned anywhere ever that she plays the trumpet, though. However, because she has never made a physical appearance in any Touhou media, very little about her is known. Just a bit about Layla specifically. She had the ability to create poltergeists and used it to create ones that resembled her three older sisters, who she was separated from when they were orphaned. There are wrong details in this, but it got the answer right. So I will be accepting that. Hijiri Byakuren is a practitioner of what religion? Okay, cool. Yep, so she practices Buddhism, and she's the founder and leader of the Myoren Temple. So this is a Buddhist temple located in the mountains of Gensokyo. It is not in the mountains. Byakuren is depicted as a kind and compassionate character who seeks to help others and spread the teachings of Buddhism through Gensokyo. Okay, that's arguable. You could say that she's nice. She is also known for her ability to fly and control sound waves, which she uses in battle against other characters. I don't think so. Byakuren is one of the major characters introduced in Touhou 12, Undefined Fantastic Object, and has since become a popular and beloved character in the Touhou Project community. Okay, fair. She's not Kyoko, though. That's a very strange thing for it to say. So, her brother Myoren is actually a real Buddhist priest that appeared in several stories, and Byakuren is actually based on his older sister, who appears in the 3rd volume of something called the Shigisan Engi. Byakuren is actually based on a real person. How old is Hieda no Akyu? I'll be honest, I would be very surprised if it actually got this one right. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Well, there's our first wrong answer. And boy, it got a lot of this wrong. Hieda no Akyu is a human scribe and historian who is known for writing the Touhou Gensokyo books, which detail the history and folklore of Gensokyo, which it'd be more accurate to call it the Gensokyo Chronicle, but okay. Akyu's age is not explicitly stated in the Touhou Project canon, and that is correct, it never is. It is believed that she's around 12 to 14 years old. Fuck. God damn it. No, that is wrong. This is based on the fact that Akyu is depicted as a young girl who is still in the process of learning and growing, and who is not yet fully mature. It is also suggested that Akyu may possess some form of immortality, as she is able to remember events from Gensokyo's distant past despite being relatively young. No! No! No, that is wrong. At the time of recording, so it is 2023 right now, we aren't near August or September, but that would make Akyu currently 28 years old. We know this because of an in-universe news article announcing her birth in perfect memento and strict sense. Okay, so I wasn't really expecting it to mess up on this part of it. She is the 9th iteration of the child of Miyare, who is a child that's always born to the Hieda family. Every 100 to 200 years, with the ability to just remember everything that she sees and hears. The main purpose of this is so that she can record Gensokyo's history in the Gensokyo Chronicle, or as the AI puts it, the Touhou Gensokyo books. What is the design of Imaizumi Kagero's dress based on? Okay, well, it got this one wrong too, apparently. See, this is the thing about these AI. So what it'll do is, like, if it has the right answer, it'll give you this right answer very, very confidently. But when it gives you the wrong answer, it gives you the wrong answer so confidently and with all these details that it's hard to interpret it as anything but right. And this is just a really good example of this. So Imaizumi Kagero is a character who is associated with the full moon and the ability to transform into a wolf. That's correct. Her dress is designed to resemble the traditional Japanese hakama, which is a type of loose-fitting pants that are tied at the waist. No. Based on the traditional attire of a miko. No, that's wrong. The hakama is worn by Kagero and is typically colored in shades of blue or No. Okay, this is the answer. Kagero's dress is inspired by the Hanafuda card for the Suzuki or Pampas grass and the full moon. Okay? The red on the dress represents the red sky, the white represents the full moon, and the black hash pattern at the bottom, that represents the hill of grass. Hanafuda itself is a type of Japanese playing card that can be used in a variety of games. What functionality does the statue of the dragon god from the human village have? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. That's not the right answer. Oh no. The statue is located in the center of the village and is said to have been created in order to protect the village and its inhabitants from harm. So according to legend, the statue was carved from a single piece of wood by the village's founder and was imbued with divine power to ward off evil spirits and other supernatural threats. So the statue was made by the Kappa, and it's kept in the human village. The capability and the answer I was looking for was that the eyes of the dragon statue can predict weather about 70% of the time. So the eyes change color based on what the weather is going to be. The statue of the dragon god is also a sacred object of worship for the villagers who believe that it brings good fortune and prosperity to those who honor it. That might be true. So the dragon god is said to be the god above all living things. Humans, yokai, whatever, they all worship the dragon god. What kind of pet does Remelia Scarlet have? What the fuck is this? What? No. No. She's known for having a pet named Sakuya's Pad, which is a white furred-winged creature that is often referred to as a bat or a fairy. The exact nature of Sakuya's Pad is unclear, as it has never been fully described or explained in the Touhou Project canon. However, it is generally believed to be a type of supernatural creature. Sakuya's Pad is a beloved pet and companion to Remelia and is often seen fluttering around the mansion's halls or perched on Remelia's shoulder. No! No! That is not what that is. Remelia has a pet chupacabra, which she believes is a tupai, or a tree shrew. However, even once they found that out, they decided to keep the name as tupai. My guess is that the Sakuya Pad meme just overpowered the AI to just such a ridiculous degree, it figured that it must be a pet. This is the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. Oh my god. What is Hinanai Tenshi's name when she was human? Oh my god. That's wrong. Okay, well, at least it knew a couple things about her. When Tenshi ascended to become a celestial, she was given a new name, which means Tenshi. Actually, she gave herself that name, but okay. Yeah, so Hinanai Tenshi was originally a human girl who lived in the outside world before becoming a celestial. That's technically true. I wouldn't call it the outside world because Gensokyo didn't exist at that time. When I calculated her age, it was like, she's like 1400 years old, something like that. That's what I speculated. So as for the answer, her name was Chiko, which uses the kanji for earth and child. All she did was replace the kanji for earth, chi, with the kanji for heaven, ten. So now you have Tenko, which might sound familiar. However, another way to read the kanji for child is shi, and Tenshi literally translates to angel, though using a different shi character, specifically the one for messenger, so heavenly messenger. Her name is a pun, and luckily the AI managed to understand that at least. What was the intended purpose of the Torifune satellite? No... The Torifune satellite is a powerful spacecraft which was created by the lunar capital in order to explore and map out the surface of the moon. The satellite is equipped with a variety of advanced sensors and instruments that allows it to collect data and images of the moon's surface, and it's capable of transmitting its findings back to the lunar capital in real time. Despite its primary mission of lunar exploration, the Torifune satellite also has a number of defensive and offensive capabilities and is armed with powerful lasers and other weapons that can be used to fend off potential threats. In the Touhou Project canon, the Torifune satellite is closely associated with the character of Watatsuki no Toyohime, who is one of the lunar capital's princesses and plays a key role in the satellite's development and deployment. This is 100% wrong. So, the Torifune satellite appears in Trojan Green Asteroid, taking place in the distant future of where the Touhou canon usually takes place, and it's designed as a self-contained ecosystem for plants and animals in order to gather data being used for terraforming. Just 100% completely wrong. Why is Luna Child considered the most yokai-like fairy? Oh no. Luna Child is one of the 3 fairy maids who serve as the Stage 2 boss of the game Fairy Wars. She's considered the most yokai-like fairy because of her appearance, behavior, and abilities. Luna Child has long flowing hair that is colored in shades of blue, purple, and white. And she wears a dress that resembles a traditional Japanese shrine maiden's outfit. She also has a mischievous and sometimes cruel personality, and is known for playing pranks on humans and other fairies alike. In terms of abilities, Luna Child has the power to control sound waves. What's with this fucking AI and the ability to control sound waves? How many fucking characters have the ability to control sound waves? What the fuck are you doing? That's wrong! If you want a good idea of why Luna Child is considered the most yokai-like fairy, I would highly suggest that you read the short story Fairy of the Moon. Basically, the gist of it is that Yukari explains to Luna Child how the moon is very, very important to yokai in general, and as the Fairy of the Moon, that makes her the most yokai-like. What Shinto god does Yagokoro Eirin from the Touhou project take a lot of inspiration from? Oh my god. In the Touhou project's lore, Yagokoro Eirin is a lunar rabbit and a skilled doctor who is known for her knowledge of medicine and her ability to manipulate the fabric of reality. Her character design and personality are heavily inspired by the Shinto goddess of medicine, Yakushi Nyorai. Yakushi Nyorai is a Buddhist deity who is often depicted holding a medicine jar and a staff and is associated with the healing of physical and spiritual ailments. Similarly, Eirin is often depicted holding a syringe and a medical chart and is known for her ability to cure even the most serious of diseases and injuries. Additionally, her lunar rabbit nature is a nod to the folklore surrounding the rabbit who is said to inhabit the moon in Japanese mythology. Overall, Eirin is a complex and interesting character in the Touhou project universe, and her connection to Yakushi Nyorai is just one of the many fascinating aspects of her lore and design. Wow, they got this one super wrong. So, Yagokoro Eirin is heavily based on Ame no Yagokoro Omoi Kani no Mikoto, the god of wisdom and intelligence. This fits with her title, The Brain of the Moon, as well as her claim that she is distantly related to the Watatsuki sisters, whose bases Omoi Kani is related to. Eirin is also said to be older than the moon god Tsukiyomi, and Omoi Kane is the son of Takami Musubi, who summoned Izanagi and Izanami into existence, the gods who are said to have created Japan. Where is the Dragon Palace in the Touhou project? The Dragon Palace is an underwater palace that is said to be the home of the dragon gods who govern the oceans and the weather. Mostly correct, I guess. The palace is located deep beneath the waves of the Pacific Ocean. No, and is accessible only to those who are granted permission by the dragon gods. In Touhou canon, the Dragon Palace is most closely associated with the character Sanae Kochiya, who is a shrine maiden from the outside world who is able to visit the palace thanks to her close relationship with the goddess Kanako Yasaka. Sanae visits the Dragon Palace in the Touhou game Undefined Fantastic Object, where she meets the dragon god, Ryujin, and helps him to solve a problem with his weather-controlling powers. Overall, the Dragon Palace is a fascinating and mysterious location in the Touhou project universe, and is one of the many unique and imaginative settings that helps to make the world of Touhou so captivating. Oh my god. So we know that the Dragon Palace is the lunar capital courtesy of the Symposium of Post-Mysticism post-interview. This would make Iku a messenger of the lunar capital. The dragon god is said to reside in the Dragon Palace and are said to be Owatatsumi no Kami. While the Dragon Palace is described as under the sea, Zune refers to the moon as the sea in that same interview. And the moon in Touhou definitely fits the classification of a sea. Okay, so this is the hardest question I have, and I saved it for the last one. What year did Gensokyo separate from the real world? Okay, so I'm actually not angry with this statement. It's not too bad. So it says the exact year that Gensokyo separated from the real world is not explicitly stated. That is true. However, it is generally believed to have happened during the 19th century. This is also true. In fact, the correct date is in the 19th century, around the time when Japan was undergoing rapid modernization and westernization. Yes, and that's part of the reason why it was shut off, I think. The founder of Gensokyo, a powerful yokai named Yukari Yakumo, is said to have created the barrier that separates Gensokyo from the outside world in order to preserve their traditional culture and way of life of the people and yokai who live there. Not incorrect. I don't know if Yukari was the sole creator. Obviously, she had a large role in it. She's one of the sages. I don't think we know if the sages all worked together to do that or not. The barrier effectively cut off Gensokyo from the rest of the world and prevented the influence of modern technology and ideas from seeping in. Overall, the separation of Gensokyo from the real world is an important event. Yeah, okay, whatever. So this is not wrong. It doesn't give me a year though, which is what I wanted. So this one's actually a bit intense to explain. While the humans typically use a Gregorian calendar, yokai use a lunar solar calendar based on the moon phase. Instead of years, this calendar uses seasons. And if we use some of these official dates given to us in canon, we can actually count backwards to season 0, which correlates to 1885 in our Gregorian calendar. This can be further confirmed through notes given by Zun stating that the rebirth that occurs every 60 years in Gensokyo was this year, being the year 2005 when he created the illustration. This rebirth also refers to the events of Touhou 9 Phantasmagoria Flower View. If we subtract 60 twice from 2005, we once again get the year 1885, which lines up with our other conclusion. Thus, we have two separate lines of proof that indicate that the Hakure barrier was formed in the year 1885. So interestingly enough, it got a perfect score on the easy and normal difficulty questions, but completely failed on the hard and lunatic difficulty ones. I was actually expecting it to at least get some of the harder difficulty ones right, but that line of thinking was based on seeing it pass tests about other topics, which arguably have a much larger set of data to go off of. For instance, the internet has a lot more instances of differential equations and set theory being described correctly than it does information about what Reimu's favorite snack is. It's ironically going to be harder for the AI to build correct information about Touhou than college-level mathematics. AI is still in its infancy, but it's fun to see what it's capable of right now. I want to know if you guys would like to see more videos like this one. If you would, consider leaving some good questions in the comments, because that was honestly the hardest part about making this whole video. Oh, but I'm not done just yet. Who's the best girl in the Touhou project? Huh.